I realize I should probably preface this entire vlog that's about transphobia and Caitlyn Jenner with the fact that I am a white, straight, cis male, so I do not have the personal experiences of the things I'm talking about. So you should definitely listen to people who actually have this experience and what they have to say as well. Thanks. Hey everybody. Today I want to talk about an article I saw posted on Facebook, and then just a lot of people's comments and thoughts that I saw on Facebook, all in a row, and I don't know if Facebook kind of thought like, oh, you really want to see this, don't you? No, I don't, Facebook. All about Caitlyn Jenner, which was, last week's news, I thought, but apparently it's all showing up right now for me. Specifically, a friend of mine posted an article from The Blaze that was just, oh God, it was really bad. It was just full of, for one, completely misgendering Caitlyn the entire time because the author refused to accept a trans person at all, like even the most common decency. And just, oh geez, just talking to a guy, some professor, doctor, I even forget now. I'm not going back to the article. It was so gross. It was really, I despised most of my time reading it. Just talking about like, oh, it's a mental illness, and just like, oh God, just I don't need to hear that garbage. And so, I replied to that, and then I saw someone else, posting a similarly, just kind of a crass, not horrible, but just kind of a crass comment about, oh, am I supposed to, refer to her this way? And it's like, well, yeah. But the second post got me thinking because specifically about the question that this person had was, okay, Caitlyn Jenner now is wearing women's clothing, is put on makeup, has the shape, quote unquote, of a woman, but that's problematic in itself, I'm sure. But and he's asking like, okay, so is that what it takes? Is that what it means is that the requirement to call someone a woman? And quick reminder that I am the least qualified person to answer this question, but this is from me listening to other people, which I'll be linking to in the description. The answer is no. Like, I just want to take time and answer that question. The answer is no. It's not those things I listed that make someone a woman, because women can have or not have all of those things. What the approach you should take is just respecting a person and how they define themselves, right? It's not that hard. You just say, okay, you are calling yourself Caitlyn. I'm going to respect that. You want me to refer to you as a she? Sounds great. I will do that. That's all it is. It's not more complicated than that. You just have the respect you would give any other person on what they say they are, and you just go with it. It's really not that hard. And I think people are afraid of that because I think we, in American society and, largely in the world, we are very used to this person is presenting that way, so I'm going to refer to them that way. And we start to think like that is the reason, when it's really just, it should be what that person desires. Now, often the way someone presents is the way that, they're projecting that outwards to say, yeah, go ahead and call me by that. But it's not always that simple. And I'm actually kind of happy that in the atheism movement, in the secular movement that I'm a part of, I think we're a bit smarter than that, and I encounter people who like thwart those norms, and it's like great. That makes me think about it, and I'm really happy to have these people in this community. Specifically, I'm thinking of the Secular Student Alliance, the conference they put on each summer, and my friends in this community. I'm aware that the entirety of atheism is not a monolith and is not equally as accepting of different kinds of people. It really is just about like respecting what people say they are. And okay, so what people seem to freak out about is, again, like we're very used to how people present themselves as being the real reason, when it should just be respecting the other person's, how they identify. It seems to shake the boat for people to have this spectrum of gender and sexuality and physical body to not follow along these rigid lines. And so people are, when people criticize this acceptance of trans people, they, for example, in that article, the first article I mentioned, one of the really annoying examples was, okay, my child thinks that he's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Should I respect that? Which, of course, completely misses the point that human beings can exist and do exist on a spectrum of gender and sexuality, and Tyrannosaurus Rex is not biologically like in there, but the male to female spectrum, and it actually, we could talk about how they're not on opposite ends, they're like different scales, and even that might be like a total construct. And I'm willing to, we could talk about that, but just for the sake of me talking right now, these are the words that I, am more easily able to converse about it. So people are afraid of having to accept, like, if I ask to be referred to as a woman, or to be referred to as they, or Z, people are afraid of acknowledging that because they think it opens up this can of worms, and it's not that big of a deal. It really doesn't have to be that challenging, because if people, want to jokingly, like, be referred to that way, just do it. And if, like, okay, what is the cost of that? What is the bad side of that? I don't understand quite what the fear is. Are people gonna take advantage of this? We can mitigate that. We can work with that and figure, like, the concerns are so minor, like bathroom questions. Like, oh, come on. By the way, I don't know of any problems occurring with trans people just wanting to use the bathroom that they prefer. Are those really so important that we need to deny people the respect they deserve on how they define themselves and how they identify? Is that really what's going on? Or is it really just like, this is a new thing and this is uncomfortable for you, and you're just having trouble processing this and having to adapt to a society and a culture that's kind of progressing further and accepting more people, and this is just outside of your experience, it's new, it's foreign, and you're initially rejecting it. Think about that. If you can pause and just think, like, that is actually what's going on, that's a step forward. That's you acknowledging and not putting up these kind of artificial walls of these problems you can think up. These problems are not nearly as severe as the importance of accepting people for who they are. So that's just something that's been on my plate today. I need to get back to coding right now, so just wanted to get that out. That's my vlog for today, so see y'all tomorrow.